Here's one common misconception I see when calculating long-term capital gains taxes. My name is Sam. I am a financial advisor for high-income professionals with inherited accounts and equity compensation, and here's the misconception. The misconception relates to around how capital gains tax brackets are assigned. Allow me to explain. If you were to look up how much long-term capital gains rates are taxed and what their tax rate is, you would find that the tax rate is related to how much taxable income you earned. However, what people often believe is that their tax rate is equal to the amount of long-term capital gains realized. Now, here is how that is different. Let's say that this year you are expecting to have $200,000 in long-term capital gains realized. And realized just means sold, so you have $200,000 in long-term capital gains from stock that you've sold, or something else that's a capital asset, but usually it's stocks. Now, if you were to look up capital gains tax brackets, what you would find is this chart here. Now, a lot of times people will look at this particular table and say, okay, because I have $200,000 in long-term capital gains, I must fall into the 15% tax bracket if we're looking at the married filing jointly column. And that's a fair thought, but it's wrong. Your long-term capital gains rate is based on your total taxable income. That includes ordinary income or income from your job. Ordinary income actually makes up a lot of things, but the big one is W-2 income from your job. So if you and your spouse are making a total household income from your jobs of $450,000 a year, you have to factor that in. So your household ordinary income of $450,000 plus the $200,000 in long-term capital gains that you realized will make for a taxable income of $650,000 and push you into the 20% long-term capital gains tax bracket. Now, it's only that amount that breaks into the 20% tax bracket, that about $50,000, that is going to have that 20% long-term capital gains rate, but nonetheless, you're breaking into it. So I think the reason for this misconception is that when you Google or look up long-term capital gains tax brackets, this is the table that pops up, but not every time does it clarify that the amounts being shown are your taxable income and not just the amount of long-term capital gains realized. So be sure you understand this concept before you sell a lot of stock, because knowing the difference can make a significant difference in the amount of capital gains taxes that you're paying.